This is my structure for a straight Chicago opener effect. Any card can be named, in this case the Jack of Clubs. Whatever card is named, it gets cut back into the center of the pack. With a snap of the fingers or the magic words, however your routine or presentation might be, the cards are spread and there's one blue card in the center. This is where the cards are picked up off the table to show that they could have selected any of these cards, but they didn't. Even the Three of Clubs was there. But no, they chose the Jack of Clubs. Of all cards, the Jack of Clubs. Let's try it again with a different card. Let's have someone else choose one of these cards. I'm going to shuffle the cards. And as I shuffle, I want someone to say stop in mid-shuffle. I'm shuffling, you say stop. Right here. Okay, remember the card. That's your card. I'll shuffle it back into the pack again. With a snap of the fingers, the magic words. Look, another blue card is down here. There's a blue card, well, somewhere. Well, there's a blue card, but that's the original. Well, why not? That's right. The blue card is always your card, the Four of Spades. I like this particular structure because any card can be chosen. It doesn't matter which one. It really does get cut into the center of the pack. And this is where it differs. When the cards are spread upon the table to show there's one blue back card, the cards are on the table. You leave them on the table. You start to pick them up in little groups as you see here, or maybe just slide one or two cards towards you, picking them up singly as you see. And even the selected card gets slid off to the edge of the table. You pick it up and very casually place it aside. Once again, there's no double lifts accomplished while the deck is being held in your hand. The cards are on the table. They're simply picked up off the table, making it look very innocent indeed. Now you're ready to go into the next phase of forcing the last selection. Let's take a look at that. When the second selection is being forced upon the spectator, it's done from a regular overhand shuffling technique. In other words, you're not doing a Hindu shuffle or a riffle force or a slip force or anything a little bit unusual to the audience. You're using an overhand shuffle. Everyone knows about an overhand shuffle. You simply stop whenever they tell you to, and that's going to be their card. Very innocent indeed. For a quick explanation, I use a little bit of Plasti Dip. I bought this at a hardware store. You can use friction spray also if you can find that, or possibly use repositional glue if you want to use that. But the Four of Spades is coated with the Plasti Dip, and the regular Four of Spades to the red deck is on top. The sprayed Four of Spades is on the bottom. Whatever card they name, you pull it out, you place it right on top of the gimmicked Four of Spades. It gets cut to the center. You spread the cards on the table. When the blue card is shown, there's now two cards stuck together. The nice part about that is as you pick up the other cards in groups or slide them off individually with your first finger, as you see here, it looks very innocent. One finger pushes the card off, then your first finger and thumb pulls the card back towards you. You rotate it over and turn the card face up. Watch, I'll do it with the blue card. First finger on the card, downward pressure. Second finger grabs the card, thumb at the back, turn it over. That would be their selection, which is a double card. Gets tossed on top of the deck. It gets turned face down. The cards get split apart and the blue card gets laid aside. Very, very innocent indeed. Everything happens off of the table instead of doing a double lift in your hand. For the shuffling part, the second force is an overhand force shuffle. The top section gets pulled off as a block and is trapped in the back of the other cards as the rest of the deck gets shuffled off, and then that block is put back on top. This is retaining the top stock. So now as you go to perform the shuffle, you can force that top card on the spectator by, whenever they say stop, you throw the back section that's held back, you throw that down See, it's being held back with those fingers. You throw it down and stop shuffling at that point, pointing to it, showing it to the audience. There's the 4 of spades. Very, very simple overhand shuffle technique that looks very, very fair to the spectators. And that's about it. Everything looks comfortable, looks easy, and you're left with a regular deck of cards at the end.